Hi friends, this is Leela. Welcome to my channel Leela Web Dev. So welcome to my new course RxJS. That is nothing but reactive extensions for JavaScript. So my throat is little bit of so weird it will be. Why? Because I am having some kind of throat problem. So that is the reason I have started this course very late. So I thought of starting this course at Sunday only, but because of my throat problem, so I thought I started now. So still I am having some throat problem. So okay, fine. So if you are having any problem with the throat or anything, means just let me know in the comments. Okay, fine. So let's start with the course. So what is this RxJS? So RxJS is nothing but what I can say is it is a reactive extension for the JavaScript. Now if you go to the second slide, okay, so let me open this second slide and let us present. So if you open here, so as I already told you that RxJS stands for Reactive Extension API and JS refers to the JavaScript. So if we divide that RxJS into two parts, Rx is nothing but reactive extension and JS is for JavaScript. So total RxJS is the JavaScript implementation of the reactive extensions API. So we have a separate concept called as reactive extensions API, and that reactive extensions API is implemented using the JavaScript. Then that JavaScript implementation is called as RxJS. So we will know that what is meant by reactive extensions. Okay. So now I will show you what is this reactive extensions API. So if you open here reactivex.io, so this is the main page of this reactivex, and if you try to see here, you will be able to see that reactivex, okay, an API for asynchronous programming with observable streams. So this is the two main things we need to remember. So what are the two main things is here, this is nothing but asynchronous programming. He is telling that it is an API for the asynchronous programming. So what is this asynchronous programming? Asynchronous programming means nothing but, so we send a data, or otherwise we wait for a data. Okay, so we send a request to something and we will wait for that data, and after getting the data we need to react. Okay, we need to react means we need to execute some data. Okay, we need to execute some data by getting the data from somewhere else. Okay, this is nothing but the asynchronous programming. And that asynchronous programming, so we can use this reactivex API, okay, so to solve that asynchronous program, to do the coding for the asynchronous program with observable streams. Okay, observable streams. So this is the main thing you need to understand. So streams is nothing but a data. Okay, so that is nothing but a data. So we are having array, means in that array you will be having a data. So that is nothing but a streams. So what the difference between the stream and data is, stream is nothing but a continuous flow of data. So that means the data will be coming from a particular source, so continuously, not continue. What we can say is, so in a specific time manner or continuous, like that. So we will be getting a stream of data. Okay, here you will be able to see. So here he is showing some something like a animation. Here you will be able to see the animation that it is a continuous data. So you will be having a continuous data that is flowing, that is called as a stream. So this is the thing. So now if you go choose your platform, if you click on this choose your platform, the reactivex, so this what I can say, this asynchronous program using this observable streams is implemented in different languages. So whatever the language you are using, so you can select the language here. So right now we are using RxJS. So here you will be able to see this JavaScript RxJS. Not only with RxJS, you will be having different programming languages also, it is there. Okay, so this is nothing but the brief introduction of this reactive RxJS. So RxJS mainly what it will do is, it is an API for asynchronous programming, not only for the asynchronous programming, but for anything using an observable stream. So we'll learn what is an observable thing afterwards. So using it with observable streams. So the streams is nothing but a data. So the data will be handled with an observable. Okay. So now why we need to use this asynchronous programming? So now in the JavaScript, what I can say is, all the things what we are, all the concepts what we are doing is nothing but a waiting concept, and after waiting we need to do some other thing. Okay, so nothing but what I can say is getting a data from the server. So we will be sending a request to the server and we need to wait until we get the response, then we need to do some action. Okay, waiting for a click event. Okay, so when the user goes to the button and he clicks on the button, okay, so then we need to do some event handling thing. That means we are waiting for the user to click on the button. Okay, here also again we are waiting. Set timeout. So we are using the set timeout to run a particular code in a particular period of time. Okay, for in a particular time we need to run the code. And set interval, these are all the things. So what we can say is, in the JavaScript, whatever the code we are writing is nothing but wait and proceed, wait and react. So we were for that one. So for mouse move, mouse events we need to do, mouse drag events, click events, asynchronous programming, everything is wait and then proceed. So type of things. So these type of what we can say is asynchronous. Asynchronous means, so we don't know when the data will come, and we after we get the data, we need to react with the data. According to the data, we need to react it. So this type of data, this type of handling data, we can handle it very easily using the React2X, using this RxJS. So that is the main thing you need to understand. So let's continue with the what I can say here. So now you understood what is an RxJS. So RxJS, where what is the thing you understood. So it is useful. It is used to handle the asynchronous data. So now where can we use this RxJS in our JavaScript applications? Right now we have seen, right? So where we can use this RxJS in our JavaScript application. So now the thing what I can say is RxJS provides us a single API to deal with the data that are coming from multiple sources over time. Okay, so multiple sources is nothing but what I can say is that I will tell you that multiple sources. So this RxJS provides us a single API. Single API means single solution. Single solution means single way. That is nothing but observables. Okay, we'll understand that observables. So with the data that are coming from multiple sources means the data is coming from different sources, different types of data we are getting from different sources. So we can handle the different types of data using that single API. We will see that what are the different sources we are having. The data that is continuously coming to your application is often called as data streams. Okay, so this is nothing but a stream. The data that is continuously coming, so it will be continuously coming to your application. That is called as stream. Okay, this continuous flow of data is nothing but a stream. So streams of data can be of. So now we need to know what are the three streams of data, and also I can tell that these are the multiple sources where the data we will be getting. Synchronous data. Synchronous data is nothing but normal array, object, or anything. These are all the synchronous thing. Asynchronous data. Asynchronous data is nothing but what I can set interval, set timeout. These are all the things. Getting data from the server as HTTP calls. So this is also one type of asynchronous. So that is also thing. DOM events. DOM events means nothing but click event, mouse move, mouse event. These are also data that is coming from DOM events, event handler. And the functions with return value. So we can also think of the one function. So that function will return a value. So with return a value means will give you a value. That is also we can consider that one as a data. So that one also we can think it as a stream. These are all things in our plain JavaScript. So this is the data coming from different sources. Okay, synchronous data, asynchronous data, DOM events, these are all different sources, but we are getting a data from those sources. So in our plain JavaScript, what I can say is handling these type of multiple sources will have different kinds. So we will be handling these multiple sources in a different way we will be handling. So let's try to see. So these all data streams are processed differently with the JavaScript with a different process. Okay, so these are all the different data streams we have seen, right? Multiple sources. We will process these all in the JavaScript in a different way. So what is the different way? So for example, see asynchronous data. So if we are having an asynchronous data means we will solve this. We will use this asynchronous data by using callbacks and promises. Okay, so we use the concept of callbacks and promises to handle the asynchronous data. For DOM events, so if you are having a click event, mouse event, these are all the things you will handle using the event handlers. Document.add event listener. So event handler you will use. For array of data, we use loops and other some kinds of things. Okay, for array of data, you are having array means, so in order to get the data from that array, you use the loops. So we use for loop and all those things, right? So these are all, so for each different type of data, we are having different ways in a plain JavaScript. Okay. But in RxJS, we can handle these all data by using a single API. So we call that one as an observables. Now you need to understand that. So, but in RxJS, we have a single concept that is nothing but an observables. By using, we all consider these all the things as an observable. Okay. So we can asynchronous data. These are all the things we will consider it as an observables, and we handle these observables in a single way. Okay. We have a single API. We will learn about that one. So we call these all as an observables. Okay. So what is this observable? Okay, this observable is defined from a pattern called observer software development pattern. Okay, so this is the thing So observables, what is this, why is this called as an observables, means it is defined and it is developed using the pattern called as observer pattern. So nothing but what we can say is observable software development pattern. Okay, so by using this observable software development pattern, we call this one, but that's why we call this one as observables. Okay, so hope you understood about this one. So why we need to use this RxJS. So for example, if you want to go to the RxJS, here we can click on this one, RxJS. Sorry, here it went to here, right? So okay, fine. So let's go down. So we will open, or otherwise we can search directly RxJS. Okay, so now if I go RxJS, so this is the home page for RxJS. So this is the React2x for JavaScript implementation. Okay, you need to understand. Now if you go to the, this is now right now the version released is the version number 7. Now if you go to the, let's now what I will try to show is, so let's go here RxJS, and this is the getting started. Okay, if you click on get started, and here you will be able to see that RxJS is a library for composing asynchronous and event based programs by observable sequence. Okay, event based programs means nothing but the mouse event and all those things, and also asynchronous thing. It provides one core type, so that means single, that is nothing but the observable. Okay, so these are all what we can say is as operators, these are all things we will use that one. So now what I can say is React2x combines with the observer pattern with the iterator pattern and functional programming to collections to fill the need of an ideal way of managing sequence of events. Okay, so React2x uses the observer pattern. So let's try to see in the next video what is this observer pattern. Okay, hope you understand what is meant by RxJS. So in the next video we'll see about this observer pattern and also these observables. So if you have any doubts or any suggestions, please post the comments below to this video. And if you like this video, please do support me by subscribing to my channel. And also, please do follow my Facebook page. So the Facebook link is provided in the description below. Thank you.